All praises to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah Bahashem Rakakodash. As you see on the screen, we got a woman. We made a video dealing with her recently about Jacob's trouble. And, this is her, a part of her part two. And she's, going on about the same thing. But in this one, she's saying that we're not, if you're keeping the commandments, that you are not under the curses, right? And she also thinks that only the black Negro will go through Jacob's trouble. So I'm assuming that she's with the Negro only doctrine, right? She believes that if you're keeping the commandments, that you're not under the curses, and that only black Negroes will go through Jacob's trouble. So let's play a little bit of this video, then we go into the scriptures.
So if you keeping the commandments and you repenting and you purifying yourself and you are saying that you're still in trouble and you're a part of Jacob's trouble, that is the curse. The curse is you're claiming you're still in trouble. The point in keeping the commandments is to reverse the curses.
Let's put this back a little bit.
Saying that you're still in trouble and you're a part of Jacob's trouble, that is the curse. The curse is you're claiming you're still in trouble. The point in keeping...
That's wrong. The curse is in Deuteronomy 28. Right? The curses are in Deuteronomy 28. And for you to be saying that you're not under a curse while you in a Walmart, shopping for, whatever, groceries or not, that's a curse. You're literally, a living curse right now, shopping at Walmart. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 48. It says, therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which Yahweh shall send against thee, and hunger. So this is one of the curses, the Lord is going to send enemies against you, and you're going to have to, serve them or go to them for whatever you want to eat. It says, and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. So you can't proclaim that you're not under the curse, but you're in Walmart shopping for groceries, because that's literally a part of the curses, man. Let's see if I can find real quick. Let me see. I'm trying to see, where is it at? Verse 44 says, he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. So it's not like it's not like Israelites got their own grocery stores set up that you're going to. You're going to, Walmart. We don't own Walmart. Who owns Walmart? The Watson family, man. These not no Israelites, man. So you are under the curse. You are under the curses, man. You going to Walmart, buying food, buying, stuff to drink, probably getting clothes out of there. You're under the curses. Right? This is Baruch 3 and verse 8. It says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse. So as long as you in the land of your captivity where you was scattered, because we wasn't made over here. We was brought over here by slave ships, right? We wasn't created over here. So if you're in the land of your captivities, that's a reproach and it's a curse, right? So not only are you in Americas, which is, not the homeland, you was brought over here to be a slave as a curse. You're in a grocery store, which is owned by your enemies, going to them for, food and water, which is also a curse. It says, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers. So if you're subjected to payments, meaning if you paying any type of bill or any type of rent, car note, you're under the curses, right? So all this, keeping the commandments is going to reverse the curse. We had our chance to keep the commandments. Now the curse, is poured upon us because we broke the commandments, right? And nobody is keeping the commandments lawfully, right? Because let's go to James. James 2 and verse 9. It says, but if ye have respect to persons, ye commit sin, and are convinced of the law as a transgressors. For whosoever shall keep the whole law, and yet offend in one point, he is guilty of all. Right? So if you keeping, let's say you keeping 610 commandments perfectly. If you transgress one law, you are guilty of all. So nobody is keeping all the commandments, perfectly or lawfully, right? We keeping the commandments through Yahweh Shah, and that's not going to reverse the curse. What's going to reverse the curse is Yahweh Shah coming back with the damn angels, with the chariots, and delivering us out of our captivity, right? That's what's going to reverse the curse. Yahweh Shah coming back, right? We already had our fair share of keeping the commandments. You get the blessings, right? We already had our fair share in that. What happened? We broke the commandments, right? This is 1 Kings. Let's get it. 1 Kings 9 and verse 6. It says, but if ye shall at all turn from following me, ye or your children, and will not keep my commandments and my statutes, which I have set before you, but go and serve other powers and worship them, which we did, still to this day, as a nation, we're doing this. But, all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah that he's going to bring, a remnant out. Verse 7, it says, then will I cut off Israel out of the land which I have given them, and this house which I have hallowed for my name will I cast out of my sight, and Israel shall be a proverb and a byword among all nations or people. And this is a curse in Deuteronomy 28 and 37. This is a curse, right? And we're not in the land right now, and they still calling us, African Americans, black, Hispanic, so on and so forth. So we're still under the curses, right? So let's get back to this video.
The curse is you're claiming you're still in trouble. The point in...
And that's not the curse. The curse is not, claiming that you're still in trouble, right? The curse is us breaking the commandments, right? We broke the commandments, therefore the curse was poured upon us. Let me find that scripture. Therefore, right, Daniel 9, and we're going to go to verse 10. It says, neither have we obeyed the voice of Yahweh our power to walk in his laws, which he set before us by his servants the prophets. Yeah, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of Yahweh, because we have sinned against them. So the curse is already poured upon us, man. We didn't have our fair shot of keeping the laws and getting the blessings. But because we forsake the laws and we disobeyed, Yahweh, the curse is poured upon us to this day, right? This is Jeremiah 8 and verse 20. It says, the harvest is past, the summer is ended, and we are not saved, right? So the only thing that's going to reverse these curses is us being saved by the hand of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah and all the heavenly hosts, right? The chariots and the angels, right? So let's play this video some more.
Keeping the commandments is to reverse the curses, okay? So if that's in your head and that's in your subconscious that you are still a slave you are still in trouble. You are still under massa, and you're not proclaiming who you are, who you belong to, and that you're not cursed, that you are blessed, that the blessings of the Most High are upon you, and that Esau's the end.
Well, obviously the blessings is not upon us if you stealing down Walmart, right? The blessings are not upon us if you still shopping at Walmart, going to your enemy for your food and your water and your clothes, right? And the one of all things, right? The blessings are not yet upon us, man. That's gonna happen when Yahweh Shah returns. Let me see if I can find a quick precept real quick. Let's see. But yeah, man, let's play this back a little bit.
That the blessings of the Most High are upon you, and that Esau's the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of that which followed. If you're not purifying yourself,
Yeah, but that hasn't happened yet, right? That's not gonna happen until the Savior comes back, right? Until then, we gonna still be under the curses. You know, we still gonna have to go through Jacob's trouble, persecution, the mark of the beast, which is the chip. We're gonna have to go through that, right? We're not exempt from that, right? This is let's go to Jeremiah 30 real quick, to Jacob's trouble. This is Jeremiah 30 and verse 5. It says, "For thus saith Yahweh, Ba'ashem Habashah, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now and see whether a man doeth travel with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travel, and all faces are turned into paleness. It says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." And we didn't play the whole video, but towards the end, she said that only black wicked Negroes will go through Jacob's trouble. But that's not the case, because there's going to be a remnant, right? The elect are going to be saved out of it, right? Verse 8, it says, "For it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck." Whose yoke? It's talking about Esau and Edom's yoke, right? The wicked's yoke. It says, "And will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him." Right? So as long as, the strangers, the heathen are, making profit off you, you're still under the curses. Right? Verse 8, it says, "But they shall serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua their power, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them." Right? And this hasn't happened yet. It says Jacob's trouble is going to be like, never before. It's going to be a terrible time. Right? But the elect are going to be saved out of it by Yahweh Shah in the heavenly host. Right? This is Matthew 24 and verse 30. It says, "And then shall appear," nope, we're going to start at verse, we're going to start at verse 29. It says, "Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heavens shall be shaken." And what tribulation, what days is it talking about? It's talking about the days of Jacob's trouble, right? The days of Jacob's trouble, wherein we're going to be saved out of it, as we just read. Verse 30, it says, "And then shall appear the sun, then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of the earth, from one end of heaven to the other." Right? So this hasn't happened yet, right? Immediately after those days, right after Jacob's trouble, the elect is going to be saved out of it. So let's play this video some more.
And keeping these commandments, and I get it. Okay, you're like, hey, we're still in trouble. Yeah, you are still in trouble. But if somebody's telling you that, and you are purifying yourself, you are holy and you set apart, then you are cursing yourself. And that's not are holy and you telling you that and you are purifying yourself, you are holy and you set apart, then you are cursing yourself. And that's not nothing to be playing with. Like, folks actually know that. They know that if you're keeping the commandments and you're repenting, you're not cursed.
And that's just not true. Because we, it's a lot of people, trying to keep the commandments to the best of their ability right now, and we're still under the curses, man. A lot of us still gotta work, right? We still gotta get our food from these other nations, our clothes, right? We gotta be subjected to payments. So that's not true, right? If you rehearsing the righteous acts, you're still under the curses, right? And nobody is keeping the commandments, all 613 commandments lawfully, right? If you offend in one point, you're guilty of law, right? You can have your beard on your face, your fringes on, you're not eating shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster, keeping the feast days. But if you look at another man's wife and you lust after her, not knowing this is somebody's wife, then you offend the whole law and you're guilty of all, right? So let's play this video some more.
They are making you think you are cursed because they're not really living what they said they're living. And 9 times
She got these dreadlocks in, man. She got the Hindu dot in the middle of her head, man. That's not a Israelite custom, right? Dreads go back to I believe it was a Elamite goddess or a Hindu. It goes back to Shiva. I know that it goes back to Shiva, and the Hindu dot goes back to the Hindus. That's not a Israelite custom, right?
out of 10, they the 2/3 or their agents. All the agents want to group us together. Okay, this is the second part to the first video that I just made. This is not all of Jacob's trouble. This is only the wicked's trouble. This is the wicked black nigga.
And that's not true because, she just cut herself because she said the wicked is the 2/3, right? And she said only the wicked will go through Jacob's trouble. But who's gonna be getting saved out of it, right? If it's only the wicked. Let's go back to it. Jeremiah 30, verse 5. It says, "For thus saith Yahweh, we have heard of trembling." It's like we have heard a voice of trembling and of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doeth travel with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travel, and all faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." And as he is talking about the elect, right? The remnant. The remnant is going to be saved out of Jacob's trouble. So it can't be just the 2/3 or the wicked Israelites going through Jacob's trouble. No, it's the whole house of Israel that's going to have to go through this, right? And 2/3 are going to be cut off in the midst of this, right? Probably not the whole 2/3 are going to be cut off in Jacob's trouble, but a lot of 2/3 are going to be cut off in Jacob's trouble, right? And a lot of 2/3 are going to be destroyed by the nuclear missiles. But let's read Zechariah 13. We're going to start at verse 8. It says, "And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh, that 2 parts shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai is my power." Right? So we see right here that the 2/3 are going to be cut off completely, right? And the 1/3 is going to be that remnant, right? That elect that's going to be saved out of Jacob's trouble, right? All the sinners of the Lord's people are going to fall by the edge of the sword, right? This is Amos 9 and verse 8. verse says, behold, the eyes of Yahweh power are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith Yahweh. For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sieve. Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. So, she don't make no sense, man, because in Jacob's trouble, there's going to be a remnant that's going to be saved out of it. So this can't just be the whole, 2/3 or the wicked Israelites, because the 2/3 and the sinners of, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah are going to be cut off and die by the edge of the sword. Right? Let's get Isaiah chapter 11 real quick. We're going to start at verse 10. It says, and in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people, to which shall the Gentiles seek. Right? These Gentiles is speaking on Israelites. It says, and his rest shall be glorious. And it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islets of the sea. Letting you know what? That these are the dispersed, right? The scattered. These people are under the curse, right? It says, verse 12, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcast of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. And this is a end time prophecy, right? And all these places that was just named, they're there because of the curses, letting you know that until the end, until we're gathered from the four corners of the earth, brought into the bond of the new covenant, back into the Holy Land, got these nations in subjection, we're still going to be under the curse, man. Right? This is Jeremiah 16 and verse 10. It said, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt show this people all these words, and they shall say unto thee, wherefore have Yahweh pronounced all this great evil against us? Or what is our iniquity? Or what is our sin that we have committed against Yahweh our power? Then shalt thou say unto them, because your fathers have forsaken me, saith Yahweh, and have walked after other powers, and have served them, and have worshipped them, and have forsaken me, and have not kept my law. And ye have done worse than your fathers. For behold, you walk every one after the imagination of his evil heart, that they may not hearken unto me. Therefore will I cast you out of this land into a land that ye know not, neither ye nor your fathers. And there you should serve other gods day and night, where I will not show you favor. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shad, that it should no more be said that Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out the land of Egypt, but Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north. Speaking of, the land that we in right now, the so-called Americas, and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. And until this happens, we're still under the curse, right? We're still under the curse, man. So let's get Jeremiah 23. We're going to start at verse 3. It says, and I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries, whither I have driven them, and I will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase. And I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, saith Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Right? And this hasn't happened yet. Let me pull up a quick curse real quick. Right now we're just going over who is going to be saved out of Jacob's trouble, right? It's only going to be a remnant that's saved out of Jacob's trouble. That's what we, That's why I'm bringing out precepts right now. But I want to show you that, you know, it's written in the curses that we're gonna fear for our lives, right? We're not gonna have no, you know, assurance over our life. So let's go to Deuteronomy 28. We're gonna read Jeremiah one more time. We're gonna read verse 4. It says, and I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed. And this is going to happen when what? When he gathers the remnant from all the countries where, you know, we were scattered. That's when we're not going to fear no more, nor be dismayed. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 66. It says, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of thy life. So until we gather from, you know, all the countries where we were scattered, we're still going to be under that curse, right? Esau could come and kick down your damn door like Sonya Macy and just gun you down, right? Or, you know, it could somebody could be driving a damn pickup truck and just ram through a whole crowd, and you could be in that damn crowd and, you know, die. Or you could be going to a damn hotel and it could be a damn Tesla sitting outside and the shit'll just blow up. Or you could be driving on the damn highway and the fucking plane is coming out the damn sky and smash right in your damn car. So, you know, until then, until we're gathered right out of all the countries, we're still gonna be under our curse, man. We're still gonna fear, you know, death and stuff like that. Which Yahweh Shah said, you know, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. You know, being that good comforter and counselor, Yahweh Shah said, don't fear those things though. You know, be faithful unto death. He's gonna crown you with the crown of life. Right? Let's get that real quick. But I just wanted to show you, you know, that we're still under the curses, man. Until we're gathered out of the land of our captivities. This is Revelations 2 and verse 10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. And the devil is talking about the so-called white man, right? Esau, Edom, right? Esau came from the Abraham, Isaac, and Isaac had two sons, right? Which was Jacob and Esau. And Esau progenerated the Edomites. And the Edomites today would be your so-called white man, right? Your so-called Europeans. But you do have Israelites that look like so-called, you know, white people. So you don't want to get confused like this sister thinking that, you know, only Negroes are Israelites. But it says, behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, right? And the Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, owns all of the prisons. It says that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Right? And this is going into persecution, right? The 1/3, you know, the righteous, you know, the just Israelites still have to go through persecution. Some gonna be delivered up into prison. Some gonna be, you know, probably beheaded. Some gonna probably get gunned down, probably get stabbed. You know, we don't know what's gonna happen in Jacob's trouble, man. But as long as we're faithful unto death, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah is gonna crown us with that crown of life. Right? So let's go to let's get back to this remnant, because, you know, it's important to understand that, you know, everybody's not gonna make it, man. You know, everybody is not being saved, you know, out of Jacob's trouble. Only a remnant will make it out of Jacob's trouble. So let's go to Jeremiah 31 real quick. 31 and verse 7, it says, for thus say Yahweh, will sing with gladness for Jacob, and shout among the chief of the nations. Publish ye, praise ye, and say, O Yahweh, save thy people, the remnant of Israel. So the Lord is only dealing with the remnant right now. That's his people right now, the remnant of Israel. You know, yeah, you know, Israel is as the sand of the sea. We're all his people, you know, the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. But his people right now, and this current time is the elect, man, the remnant of Israel. Verse 8 is which says, "Behold, I will bring them from the north country and gather them from the coast of the earth, and with them the blind and the lame, the woman with child, and her that travelleth with child together. A great company shall return thither." Right? So only a remnant is going to, come out of Jacob's trouble, man. And, the whole nation is going to go through that. Not just the wicked so-called Negro, right? The so-called Hispanic and Native American are going to go through that too, woman. Right? Let's go to Ezekiel 6. We're going to start at verse 6. It says, "In all your dwelling places, the cities shall be laid waste, and the high places shall be desolate, that your altars may be laid waste and made desolate, and your idols may be broken and seized, and your images may be cut down, and your works may be abolished. And the slain shall fall in the midst of you, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh. Yet will I leave a remnant, that ye may have some that shall escape by the sword among the nations, when ye shall be scattered through the countries." Right? It says, "And they that escape of you shall remember me among the nations, whither they shall be carried captives, because I am broken with their whorish heart, which have departed from me, and with their eyes which go a whoring after their idols, and they shall loathe themselves for the evils which they have committed and all their abominations. And they shall know that I am Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah, and that I have not said in vain that I will not do this evil unto them." Right? So the Lord didn't, pronounce this evil or send this evil amongst us for no reason. It's because, we went off serving idols and we transgressed the laws, right? But, he's going to have mercy upon us, right? Because if the Lord was to mark iniquity, who would stand, man? If the Lord was to mark our iniquity from our past lives all the way up to now, we'd be destroyed, man. It wouldn't be no Israelites. But, his covenant, he promised us, mercy and compassion, and to abundantly, pardon us. Right? This is let's go to Psalms 130. Or let's get Psalms 103 first. And this is what a lot of Old Testament Israelites lack too, man. Mercy. They don't understand the mercy of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. This is Psalms 103 verse 2. It says, "Bless Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits." Right? Don't forget that, we was promised, everlasting peace in the end of all this, right? Everlasting mercy and compassion. Verse 3, it says, "Who forgiveth all thy iniquities, who healeth all thy diseases, who redeemeth thy life from destruction, who crowneth thee with loving kindness and tender mercies, who satisfieth thy mouth with good things, so that thy youth is renewed like the eagles. Yahweh executeth righteousness and judgments for all that are oppressed. He made know his ways unto Moses, his acts unto the children of Israel. The Lord is merciful and gracious, slow to anger, and plenteous in mercy," man. So, even though, we transgressed the law, and the Lord sent us into captivity, took away our heritage, he's full of mercy, man. He's gonna pour mercy upon us, right? The remnant, right? Only the elect are gonna receive that mercy, though. And eventually the whole house of Israel, they're gonna have to be, born again into the kingdom, the 2/3. But this is Psalms 130. We're gonna start at verse 3. It says, "If Yahweh shouldest mark iniquities, O Yahweh, who shall stand? But there is forgiveness with thee, that thou mayest be feared. I wait for Yahweh, my soul doeth wait, and in his word do I hope." So, let me read on. It says, "My soul waited for Yahweh more than they which watch for the morning, I say, than they that which watch for the morning. Let Israel hope in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, for with Yahweh there is mercy, and with him is plenteous redemption, and he shall redeem Israel from all his iniquities." Right? So the whole house of Israel is gonna be forgiven. He's gonna redeem us from all our iniquities, and by then we're gonna be into the new covenant, and we're gonna be keeping the law perfectly. But until then, we're still under the curses, and we're still flawed, right? We're still in this sinful flesh, right? But only a remnant is gonna be, make it out of this thing, man. So let me play this. Let me play some more of this.
Grows trouble, who are rebellious and who have been working against us, who've been getting paid, they're sellouts, and they want to group us all together.
Now you gotta be a sellout to be preaching that we're going through a Jacob's trouble. How are we sellouts for letting you know or warning you that Jacob's trouble is on the way in the mark of the beast? You know, she this is an individual light right here, right? This is an individual light, man. She found out she was an Israelite. And then she started, going precept upon precept, leaning on her own understanding in the midst of that. Right?
They're going to go down with Massa. This is Massa's trouble. You understand? This is Massa's trouble. He was just standing there all up in it, so I should have.
See that? That playful spirit. But we're going to get Deuteronomy 30 real quick. We're going to start at verse 1. It says, "And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse, which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whither Yahweh thy power hath driven thee, and shall return unto Yahweh thy power, and shall obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children with all thy heart and with all thy soul, that then Yahweh thy power will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and return and gather thee from all the nations whither Yahweh thy power hath scattered thee. If any of thy be driven out unto the uttermost parts of heaven, from thence will Yahweh thy power gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee." Right? So I brought this out to show you that until, he gathers us from the nations and set us in our own land and bring us through the bond of the covenant, we're still going to be under the curses, man. Right? Jacob's trouble is for the whole house of Israel. The whole house of Israel is going to go through persecution, and the whole house of Israel is going to witness the mark of the beast, right? Nobody's exempt, right? Everybody's going to go through tribulations. But all praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Shalom.